And we wanted to let you know that we've been following this for a very long time. And we asked a constitutional law expert over at the University of Texas the question, how much public opinion actually weighs in on the justices on the Supreme Court in cases like this?
Does the Constitution prohibit a state from disallowing same-sex marriage? And the answer to that question, it seems to me, is very clear. The Constitution has nothing to do with this. The question of same-sex marriage never came up to James Madison and to Benjamin Franklin in 1789. So the whole thing is really quite imaginary or made up. The court is supposed to tell us, does the Constitution give you a right to same-sex marriage? Well, obviously the answer to that is no. But the court might say, because the reality is that the Constitution has very little to do with constitutional law. And they have to make, they'll make the decision really on their personal views.
And here is some perspective here on how Texans have weighed in on gay marriage. Back in 2005, remember, voters passed Proposition 2. It says marriages in Texas must be between a man and a woman. In 2009, a Dallas State District judge called Texas's same-sex marriage ban unconstitutional when two men who had been married in Massachusetts tried to divorce in Texas here. And then the next year, the State Court of Appeals reversed that decision. Last year, a federal judge down in San Antonio struck down the ban in the case of an Austin couple. Remember that we've introduced you to in the past. This is Cleopatra De Leon and Nicole DeMittman. They married legally in Massachusetts. Their case has been appealed to the Fifth Circuit Court. Arguments began just last month. And the U.S. Supreme Court announced last month they would take up the same-sex marriage this year. And that's exactly what we just found out a few minutes ago, is that they ruled that same-sex couples can marry. Now, the Texas plaintiffs in another same-sex marriage case, Cleopatra De Leon and Nicole DeMittman, plan to have a press conference at the LBJ Library, we're just told, and we expect that to happen sometime before 11 o'clock this morning. We will follow that closely for you. We are also following how 37 U.S. states recognize already gay marriage. Now, here are the 13 that do not, in red for you right there. Texas, obviously, is one, as we mentioned throughout the morning, that we do not have a same-sex marriage. We do not recognize that here in the state.